This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Check one, check two. All right, how are we sounding, guys? How are we doing? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Audio just had to shoot the bed right now. Thank goodness. All right, let's start this from the jump. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network. I'm Tim Daniel. I am a lifelong Cincinnati Reds fan. I've been podcasting about this team for 5 years at publications such as Late Night Reds and The Riverfront, and I am so excited to be here with you tonight as we discuss the Cincinnati Reds with a huge win tonight over the New York Mets, 8-4 at Citi Field. If you're just checking me out for the first time tonight, welcome. It's so great to have you. If you are just now, just be sure to hit that notification button so you can see us not only after each and every Cincinnati Reds game, but get Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. Today's episode is brought to you by our good friends over at FanDuel. If you're new to FanDuel, new customers will get just $5. Just bet just $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. On tonight's show, the Cincinnati Reds have a huge day from Austin Hays with not one, but 2 home runs. As Will says here, the Reds had more home runs tonight than Jazz Chisholm. So that's pretty awesome. We're going to talk about Nick Lodolo settling in today and his first start back from the break. Just kind of got us off to a good start. And Johnny, I saw that. I appreciate that you guys were still here through all that, and thank you for being patient. And Matt McLain just keeps doing his thing. And of course, I'm going to hear from all of you guys because we have a lot of good things to get to. But first, let's get started.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, so Austin Hays comes out and was, frankly put, really good tonight. Obviously, as we know, my phone dropped. We're just off to a great start here, aren't we, guys? Just post All-Star break, first day back in the job, on a roll. But Austin Hays comes out today and says, you know what? I'm going to handle my business today, and gets the Reds going offensively. Yeah, we'll get to that, Jason, for sure. So today, Austin Hays not only has 2 home runs, but 2 walks as well. First inning, obviously, Chaminade gets through and knocks the whole first inning, strikes out all 3 batters. And you're like, oh no, here we go. Mets come out, take the lead. They get to the point where it's 2-0, and you're like, okay, here we go. And then the 4th inning, Austin Hays hits his first solo shot, and we're feeling pretty good. We're back in this game. We like it, right? And then we're gonna get to Matt McLain, but Matt McLain hits that homer in the 5th, makes it a 3-2 game with making it the lead, and then Austin Hays homers again in the top of the 6th, make it 4-2. So I kind of talked about this a little bit right before we went to the break, where Austin Hays kind of had been a little. What's up, Ron? How you doing? Good to see you today. Just been a little off, it seems like, since he came back from the break, but it seems like he's starting to find his groove. Last 7 games, he's 10 for 25. He's got, does 2 homers in that time frame, 3 walks. He's hitting 400 with a 448 on base and a 640 slugging in that time. So what they're getting from him right now, it's, we talk about all the time just that importance of hitting in front of and behind Ellie. And today, the 2 dudes who did that, which we're going to each have segments today, did exactly what we needed them to do. And Ellie had an RBI single later in the game, drew a walk today. So if Austin Hays is back, if they're getting this going, then the Reds just have to feel like, yeah, John, you're absolutely right. He says here, Hays listened to you and said, watch this. Love it. Oh, I'm completely okay with that. And we kind of get to that point there where with him, if you can get this going, you have that spot for Ryan Ellie. Obviously, we know how dangerous this team can get at that point. But also, we're now looking at a situation where if he's hitting like he had been before his couple IL stints, that offense just goes into a whole new gear, right? I mean, we kind of saw it a lot this year. When he was in the lineup, the offense was hitting really well. When he wasn't, things weren't going very well. And now we're in this time where everything's going well with this team. So offensively, obviously, keep a win streak going now. They've got they still haven't been swept, as multiple people have talked about here. So that's been great as well. It's just nice because now you almost feel like there's still flaws in this roster offensively, absolutely. But they're starting to look a little more complete. And Austin Hayes alone kind of just does that, right? Kind of like if they go against righties, Gavin Lux brings a whole new vibe to the team there as well. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Trying to get my spot in Locked On Irish at some point, but they're a little full over there right now. But what do we got from there, too, in this offense situation? So, first off, TJ Friedl does get on base, 3 times tonight got hit by pitches? Like, that poor guy. Let me see. Did I have that right? Let me look at my notes. How do you get hit by a pitch that many times, by the way? That's kind of hard. That's got to be pretty hurtful. And then Matt McLain comes out, gets 2 hits. We're going to talk about him here in a bit. And then Ellie gets another hit. He's on a 16-hit streak. So the top of the order did their thing, and Austin Hayes just kind of making an extension to the top of the order. That was awesome. Yeah, so I love that TJ Friedl got on base 3 times. I don't like that he's getting hit all that time. So if we could just, get someone to just not hit him, because if you remember in the Colorado game before the break, he got hit in that game too. So TJ Friedl's just kind of going through it. I see this a lot. I'm overseeing Connor Joe. I am too. Connor Joe, I'm not going to say he did this, but he must have had the run line a little higher in that game. I'm kidding. Don't throw that out there, anybody. FanDuel. But yeah, I'm also in the sick of Connor Joe ballpark as well. But just for Austin Hayes, excellent tonight. Gets this team going back in gear. What they're getting from him has been absolutely humongous. And now we're going to see what this team's made of, right? This is kind of that stretch of the year. So they've got this series. They've got the Washington series who's so-so. They've got the Dodgers series next week at home. They've got the Nationals series next week at home. The Tampa Bay series next week at home. So if this is how we start that, absolutely love it. I love all this. Will Benson exists. Reese Hines exists. Everyone's just on everyone's on the anti-Connor Joe thing. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. So we're going to kind of go through that. But great day for the Reds. Huge win. And Austin Hayes keeps the offense going. Obviously can't wait to get to the offense a little later as well in the game and talk about Matt McLain's big day. Before we do that, we're going to talk about Nick Lodolo, who was out there just slinging it. So Nick Lodolo doing his thing. Glad to see him back. Let's talk about that and more right after this. Whew. I got to get back in gear here from the All-Star break, everybody. Summer sports is in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. I used FanDuel tonight. I took Nick Lodolo, actually over 16.5 pitcher outs, and boom, we cashed. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups, and the app keeps it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. It's easy to use, fast to pay out, and makes even regular season games feel like must-watch events. Right now, we're all scoreboard watching, right? So whether I'm watching a same-game parlay or watching a bet right into the 9th inning, FanDuel makes it feel like I'm a part of the action. If you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. Want to send a shout out to our everydayers today on the Postcast. It's so awesome to see you all as we discuss a big Reds win to start the second half of the season with the victory over the New York Mets in Queens 8-4. If you are just checking me out for the first time, thank you so much for spending some time with me. It's so great to have you here. Please be sure to hit the notification button so you can not only get my show after each and every game, but get Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. Let's talk about when this game went into the Reds' favor. Let's get to our turning points.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Turning point, Matt McLain says, I got us taken care of, guys. We're down, not anymore. Hits the shot in the top of the fifth inning that brings in him and Friedel, makes it a 3-2 game. The Reds don't lose the lead from there. Play a little add-on as well. So excellent time for that going for sure. I did trim my beard, Dave. It's I had to clean up during the break. We went on a vacation, so my wife wanted me looking good for pictures. So it was much needed. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. So yeah, Johnny, that Matt McLain play there, which I'm going to talk about McLain in the next segment for sure. But man, Nick Lodolo. Let's kind of go through this because this was like here, and then Lodolo went like this, right? It was kind of the situation where the first couple innings, we're a little nervous, right? Even though the pitch count was low, it seemed like he was giving up a lot of hard hits. Now, giving up a solo shot to Juan Soto, that's going to happen, right? Juan Soto is one of the best in the world for reasons like that. I thought it was really funny. He acted like he was going to bunt and then smack the ball pretty far. Steve's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I can't wait to see you here again in a couple weeks. And John, that's so for those listening to the audio, John just asked, time to start the playoff push, Beard? I'll do it if you do. Yes, absolutely yes. Let's do it. But at the first couple innings, you saw Lodolo, got hit a couple times, gives it the run the second inning. They're down 2-0. You're like, oh, okay, first game back from the All-Star break, maybe just not there yet. After that, settled in. At one point, got 13 straight batters out, and puts up 7 great innings, 7 strikeouts, only 1 walk, 4 hits, and 2 earned runs, and really did what this team needed, right? So if you've been listening to Jeff and Steve quite a bit, talking about Andrew Abbott and what he's been able to do in the absence of Hunter Green, these are the games that we need from Lodolo to kind of back him up as well. Be that next guy until we know what's going to happen with Hunter Green, if anything, whether he's going to be back this season or not. So getting that from Lodolo there, huge. And I think since I said those mean things about how he needed to step up a couple weeks ago, he's been pretty lights out. As I pull up my notes here real quick. Last 7 starts at 3.55 ERA. He's got 40 strikeouts in that time. His whip is 1.08 in that time. Only 9 walks and only 15 earned runs given up in that stretch of the 7 starts. So Lodolo's back to being Lodolo. It feels like, and there was a little scare there in the Colorado series, right? We were all looking at the blister like, oh no, here we go again. Like it looked like he was looking at his finger. And then, no, it wasn't the Colorado series. It was the Miami series, which he ended up pitching really well in that game too. And then we got right back to Nick Lodolo doing what we saw him do last year before the injury when he was really good. So really great to see him back doing his thing. Absolutely love it. And yeah, Steven says right here, Dolo Dealin. I like that. That probably would have been a better title and fit better in my rundown as well. Yeah, Jason, I agree. As long as the blister stays gone, I think he's going to be all right. So here's the beauty. Let's get a little ahead of our skis here before I move to the final segment. And I know this is more a Jeff and Steve show conversation. What if Hunter Green does come back? What if he's healthy? And the Reds sneak in a wild card? All 3 guys that you can throw out there have shown they have no worries pitching in big games on the road. They did it in college, in like Andrew Abbott's case, Nick Lodolo's case. They've had their few chances in the majors where they've shown up and had pretty big games on the road. So I feel really good about where the Reds are at in the pitching situation. Still think there's some bullpen adjustments need to be made. And we saw that loud and clear tonight, like you guys said. Had to make it interesting when Emilio Pagan's missing, Emilio Pagan's PFPs weren't on point today. And Sam Moll, got hit pretty hard there. But I think Sam Moll's going to be fine. Really, his first bad game he's had since he came back, got called back up. And then Graham Ashcraft was good as well. So it was tough to decide lockdown player of the game here today, guys. So I'm going to do a cop-out because we're all feeling good. We're going to do co-players of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
We got to go Austin Hayes and Nick Lodolo. Austin Hayes, 2 homers. Nick Lodolo, 7 beautiful innings. I can't pick one over the other. I don't know. I should have had you guys do a vote. All right. In the comments, who's Locked On Player of the Game, Lodolo or Hayes? I want to hear from you guys. And whoever I see has the most votes by the end of the segment, I will give it to. You guys can pick Locked On Player of the Game today. How's that? But if it's in my call, I say it's a 2-man game. It's like Grant Hill and Jason Kidd, co-winners, right? We're already 1-1, so this is going to be fun. Matt McLain, folks. Matt McLain. You know, Steve and I, we've been talking about this a lot. We've laughed at these send him down people. Not Jeff. I love Jeff way too much for me to ever say anything bad about him. But Matty McNice had a little bit of a slump there right before the All-Star break, and then got going again. And tonight kept rolling. So today, not only gets 2 hits, has a huge home run to give him the lead, which we talked about was the turning point of the game. And then also has some incredible, has an awesome defensive play where he has a diving grab in second and gets the runner out of first. Just a huge day. Draws a walk. And look, he struck out his first 2 at-bats. It didn't look like it was going to trend the way it did, and he ended up being awesome today. I mean, really, really good today. So just an awesome day for him. Love to see it. Matt McLain's kind of getting back to where he was there in that really hot stretch before that 0-for-18 run he had. But 321, 406, 607 in his last 7 with 2 homers, 3 runs batted in, 4 walks, and 6 runs scored. Only 1 stolen base, but still perfect on the season. I feel like, and I've been saying this a lot, if you remember for the Dodgers, Gavin Lux tore his ACL the season before and didn't get going until after the All-Star break, and then went on a tear, helped the Dodgers go through the playoffs. They win a World Series. I don't think the Reds are going to win the World Series. I am more than happy to be wrong in that case if they do somehow. But I do feel like Matt McLain is going to go on a run here. And I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, hey, Johnny, I'm going to try to go to one of those Dodger games. So if you're in town, we'll link up. We'll make a plan. But shout out Matt McLain for a huge day. I think also had a hell of a game between Hayes, Lodolo, all those guys. And, okay, Jason, I'm glad you brought this up. I was going to bring it up. So Jason says, I was very glad to see McLain under the last out and not Joe. It kind of felt like no matter how far away that ball was, Matt McLain was going to do everything he could to go get it. If you saw kind of like immediately he was doing the thing for the audio listeners, the wave him off saying it's mine, I got it. He did not wait very long for that, and he was not too far away from second base, but it was certainly some of those things where he's like, nope, Connor Joe's not touching this one, it's mine. And thankfully for that, we got it, and the Reds do pull off a win here. Though they made it interesting against the team with the best home record in baseball, the New York Mets. The Reds tonight are winners 8-4. The Reds with 8 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. The Mets 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Your winning pitcher tonight is Nick Lodolo. He is now 7-6. Your losing pitcher tonight is Alex Carrillo. He is now 0-1. The Reds are now 51-47 as we look yet again at a chance to be 5 games over 500 tomorrow for 94th time it feels like. As Nick Martinez will take the hill for the Reds. He is 7-9 with a 4.78 ERA. He'll be going against Clay Holmes of the Mets, who is 8-4 with a 3.31. And that first pitch will be at 4:10 p.m. Eastern, so I'll be here a little bit in the early evening tomorrow. Everyone, thank you so much. It was so good to see you all. I missed you all. A lot of fun to be back talking baseball. Thanks for being patient through the audio difficulties. I'm Tim Daniel. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Go Red Legs.